He unzipped his hoodie, saddled his bike, and sped toward his sister's elementary school. The after-school lecture from Miss Cortez had made him late. She knew he was responsible for picking up Brianna, but Ms. Cortez wouldn't be deterred. In a quick second, she called the elementary school and asked them to watch Brianna Fuentes for an extra 20 minutes. At least his sister would know it was out of his control. As he turned the corner, he spotted the school office assistant, Ms. Kaplan, and Brianna sitting on the school's steps. Brianna's head of dark, wavy hair was buried deep into a book. She had on her usual black combat boots. No matter the season or the temperature, she wore them every day. And although her classmates teased her for wearing them, it didn't stop her. She once told Rafa that wearing them made her feel brave. Rafa understood wanting to feel like that. He pulled up to the front of the school with a loud screech from braking. "Sorry I'm late, Bri." "Just in time." She smiled and closed her book. "Thanks, Miss Kaplan." The woman waved back at her. In one graceful movement, Brianna bounced up, stashed the book in her book bag, and slung it onto her back. She was tiny for her age, with a mischievous smile that got her into trouble without even saying a word. Although, when she did say a word, it was usually a big one that she'd learned herself. "I almost finished my book, Rafa. It's so enthralling." She settled on the back of his bike. When he felt her hands secured on his shoulders, he kicked off. "It's about a girl who is possessed by a ghost snake," she said over his shoulder. "It's not as scary as the stories you tell, though. Yours are much better." "Wait, stop!" Brianna yelled. Rafa stomped the brakes, causing them to lurch forward. "You forget something?" "The school billboard." She pointed at it and giggled. "Clever, right?" The billboard's message read, "Remember, paws, not claws. Have a safe summer, mighty jaguars." Really? That sign is weak, Bree. "No, it isn't. It's ingenious. It reminds me of you." "What are you talking about?" He restarted down the road. "You're like my mama jaguar." "Cool," Rafa said flatly. "My next Halloween costume." Brianna laughed. "You show your claws when you have to, like when we lived in the shelter, remember?" Brianna's voice softened. "You were claws back then, but now you're mostly softy paws." Ever since they learned that their mom was coming home early, Brianna had started bringing up their time living with Nikki more. Every time she did, Rafa tensed up and clenched his jaw so hard he couldn't speak sometimes. He didn't want to remember being dragged in and out of shelters, living out of the car, or at one of Nikki's so-called friends' apartments. He didn't want to relive the days when he and Brianna used secret code phrases for when they didn't feel safe. Somehow, while he only remembered the bad, Brianna only remembered the good. Rafa wondered how she was able to do that. Take a horrible memory and pull out just the sweet parts. "You look mean, but you wouldn't hurt a fly," she continued. "And you tell the most gruesome stories, but you always give them happy endings." She tugged at the dark hair he had pulled into a bun at the back of his head. "Don't play around," Rafa grumbled. Brianna always did this to him. Made him feel sentimental and wonder what the heck he'd ever do without her. "You fall off this bike, and I'll be in even more trouble." "More trouble?" Brianna leaned in closer. "Is that why you were at school late?" "Don't worry about it," he said, slowing his pedaling when he saw a woman standing in the middle of the street with her hands raised toward the darkening sky. Her back was to them, and she wore a long burgundy robe. The wind had picked up, and her silvery hair whipped around her shoulders. "What is she doing?" Brianna peered over Rafa's shoulder to get a better look. "It's Miss Martin." "I know, but why is she in the middle of the street?" Rafa asked. "She's so weird." "Not weird," Bree said. "Eccentric." "You and your big words." Rafa smirked back at her. "I'm gonna check on her." "Like I said, all softy paws." "Quit it. I'm only doing it 'cause Grandma would want me to." "Whatever you say." Rafa rode up slowly toward the woman. "Ms. Martin, is everything okay?" he asked in a gentle voice. "Do you need help getting back to your house?" She spun around and looked relieved to see